My name is Andrew Beck, commonly known as Drew Beck. I'm from Easton, Massachusetts. I play, on the various sports teams at Oliver Ames, but I am part-time homeschooled, so dual enrolled. And last year when I went to Boise State, I was fortunate enough to be elected U.S. Senator, so I was able to go down to Boise Nation. And probably the biggest lessons I learned from both was, especially at Boise State, was networking. Like, really, people always use that was just a term people used, and It didn't really mean anything to me personally. But then once you start running elections, you're just like, wow, it's not necessarily a debate. It's not who's the best debater. It's not who's the best speaker. It's developing a network. And then at Boise Nation, I was really challenged intellectually at Boise Nation. The caliber and intelligence of the individuals who were there was unbelievable. I think the primary difference between Boise State and Boise Nation is that Boise State focuses more on the election, whereas Boise Nation, you're all senators, so that you focus on bills. The most important thing at Boise, you get to meet the president at Boise Nation.
What was that like?
That was, when he walked into the room, it was cool because we didn't know if we would see him or not, because it was the week of the debt crisis. So he had just come from a meeting and was actually headed on his way to another meeting. But he was able to spend some time with us at 20 minutes just talking about different things. He shook all of our hands, took pictures. It was really, we didn't talk about anything politically. It didn't matter if you were conservative or liberal or, moderate. None of that mattered when he was in the room just talking to you. He was just, he's another guy. And obviously we all were awed by it, a lot more than he was for us. But it was just great being able to talk to him and have that experience. And then I was also able to meet Nancy Pelosi. Funny story about Nancy Pelosi was that I was lost in I think it was the House.
Yeah.
I was lost, and she was on her way somewhere else. I don't know what she was doing there at the time, but I'm down in the basement, and I don't know where I am. I have no idea. And I'd been separated from the group of guys I was hanging out with, and so I'm trying to find them, I'm calling them, I'm just walking around, I'm in this basement, and the elevator opens. I was like, oh, okay, I'll go over that. So I go over that, and it's just her. And she was just like, I didn't know if it was her at first, so I get in the elevator, we're just going up. It's like, I think that's Nancy Pelosi, but I don't want to say anything. So then, once we got out of the elevator, I introduced myself. He was nice. Gave me directions, pointed me where I was supposed to go.
Nice.
So that was interesting. So it was cool to get to meet people like that. But Boise Nation was really special because of the kids that went there and the ideas that were proposed. Some of these kids are really going to be the leaders of the future. That's such a cliche term, but at Boise Nation it's really true. And it's true at Boise State as well. There's some very, very talented and intelligent kids. And the creativeness and the ideas. This brings out a whole different level of intelligence that's not school related. This is like real life, where you are presented with problems and you have to come up with a solution. And each solution is different than the one before. No solution is the same. And that's really what makes the experience so great. You have to come up with something, and you have to compromise a little bit. And I think joining West Point, going to the military, the art of the compromise and the art of having a cohesive squad, taking the best ideas, planning, organizing your town. I wasn't the mayor of my town, but just organizing, your town to your strengths. If somebody's really knowledgeable on a certain subject, put him in that subject because he's going to be the most benefit there.
Yep.
So, real life application is what I'm going to take from Boise State and Boise Nation.
What are you going to major in?
Poli-sci and international relations. So that was something I didn't really know what I was going to do. I knew where I wanted to go to school. I wanted to go to West Point or just a military academy before the summer of my junior year. I'd already had interest in that, but I had no idea what I was going to major in. I thought of physical therapy, with an intern. So I had an internship with that. I'd written for 5 different newspapers or online feeds. Because I was like, I'm going to be a sports writer, I'm going to be the next Michael Wilbon or whoever. But once I came here, I realized I had a real gift for politics, and I just genuinely enjoyed debating different topics, different ideas, and people pointed me into the direction, oh, you can do poli-sci, or you can do international relations. You don't have to be a politician, but you can major in that. And that's really impacted me a lot, and that's what I'm majoring in.